The GBA really wanted to be a grown-up system. It got ports of all those awesome SNES RPGs, all those PlayStation-era puzzle games like Puzzle Fighter, and, well, when it came to fighting games, never let it be said that they didn't try. And they tried hard. Street Fighter tried, King of Fighters tried, Guilty Gear tried, and generally speaking, they all met the same end. Respectable attempt, which falls a little bit flat but still manages to exceed your modest expectations. Seriously, no one expects these things to be as good as they are. They're still a very noticeable step down from the arcade versions that made them famous, but the Game Boy Advance was really the first portable system to even begin to do these titles justice. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper almost goes full Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with its huge roster of characters, even including Maki, Yun, and Eagle from Capcom vs. SNK 2. Each character has 3 styles, or isms, which is quite close to sounding rather naughty, but in fact just changes how that character plays a bit. After that, it's the same globe-trotting, challenger-besting fighting action that the series has come to typify, save for some moderate control issues, largely the result of, well, only having 4 buttons available. In this case, you've got light and heavy punches and kicks, each with their own buttons, and the hybrid medium attacks accessed by hitting both buttons simultaneously. Not all that accurate or easy to access, especially as 2 of those buttons are out on the no man's land of the shoulder buttons. Realize it's not that much of a stretch to hit them there, but it still causes for frustration when you're in the middle of a high-intensity fighting game, which Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper manages to deliver despite the portable package. It's rare that a portable game makes me want to bust out my GameCube's arcade stick. This is one of those games that does. This and Kuru Kuru Kururin. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, as opposed to Street Fighter Alpha 3 Downer, seems like just enough to give you the fix of fighting game you need. You're stranded in the desert somewhere and don't have an arcade handy, but you do have batteries. Or a handful of sand that you think are batteries. My only real gripe about the game is the lack of the now standard move lists accessible from a pause menu. Sure, there's a huge cast, but we're just talking about text, man. And unfortunately, I haven't played the Alpha series nearly well enough to know the ins and outs of this particular subset of the Street Fighter world. Maybe I should keep this version that friend of the show Paul in Whittier, California sent us on hand at all times, just in case there's someone out there in this day and age who happens to have a Game Boy Advance and a link cable. Hey, it can happen.